So, it's Christmas and you guys might want to start your RC journey. Hang on, you guys might want to start your RC journey. Because we've got the StartRC R8. Video finished, we're done. Thank you very much, goodbye. StartRC do say that not to advertise this as for absolute beginners, but I've passed it to a few beginners this week and they've all done really, really well with it. So if you've got a little bit of knowledge, maybe a little bit of simulator experience, this could be one for you. I think the reason why they say not to sort of advertise it as absolute beginners is because it's a fragile TinyWhoop. It's a 1S TinyWhoop, isn't it? But in this box, you not only get a drone, you also get a charger, and as well as all that, and the drone obviously as well, but you also get two 1S lipos as well. So that's like the whole unboxing experience, and I won't bore you with the details of actually unboxing it, but it comes in this nice retail box, silver on the side, small enough to fit in your pocket, but flies ridiculous fun, almost like it's got something to prove. And here's the kicker, you've got brushless motors, you've got ELRS, and a price that doesn't break the bank. So the question is this the next big thing, or is it something that you're just going to throw in the drawer and forget about after a couple of flights? Come with me and let's find out. Okay, for the newbies on the channel, let me explain a couple of things about what a TinyWhoop is, because you might be looking at this, seeing the prop guards and thinking, it's got guards on it, it's got two bladed propellers. Is this a toy? No, my friend, this is most definitely not a toy. TinyWhoops are essentially indoor micro racing and freestyle FPV drones. Think of anywhere indoors you'd like to fly your drone. A house, an office, a warehouse, a community space. Anywhere that a normal drone would just destroy everything. One of these can fly and destroy and damage nothing, because it weighs about 20 grams, give or take. You've got the prop guards to make sure that when you crash, that you're not going to scratch anything up or break anything. Most definitely is not a toy. They're called whoops because of the noise that they make, and they are huge in the FPV circuit because it lets you practice acro moves, freestyle moves, and racing moves where and whenever you want. You can fly all year round, and here's the real kicker. Because they're under 100 grams, you don't have to worry about all the new regulations coming in or damaging anything. Really good. So, the StartRC R8, and this is StartRC's start into TinyWhoops, and let me tell you, they did not mess around with this thing. So let's crack on with opening this thing and see what we're working with. Right out of the box, the first thing I noticed was the build quality. This doesn't feel like some flimsy toy grade plastic. The frame is solid at over 20 grams fully assembled. There's an 80mm wheelbase that strikes a perfect balance between size and stability. Now onto the design. It's clean, simple and functional. You'll get a low centre of gravity, which is perfect for beginners because it makes a drone a little bit more forgiving when you inevitably smash into walls. And trust me, you will smash into walls. The propeller guards, they're not just to protect your furniture, they also protect the drone. You can literally bounce off walls and keep flying. It's like a bumper car, but for drones. The motors are the StartRC R8 0802 20,000 kV brushless motors. And if you don't speak the drone lingo and the drone jargon, what that basically means is it's fast. Way faster than the cheaper brush motors that you find on the toys. These things are responsive, punchy, and honestly, they really do rip. You've also got an adjustable FPV camera angle, and that camera angle will go from 0 to 35 degrees. Obviously, the more that you angle it, I can move it. The more that you angle it like that, you're going to need to be flying like that to make your camera fly in a straight line, which means you're going to be flying faster. And if you put the camera flat like that, you're going to be flying a lot slower. So you can pick and choose how you fly it. It's a lovely touch that not necessarily all, especially new to the market, TinyWhoops have. So well done, StartRC. Okay, well, let's talk specs, because this is where it does get a little bit interesting. It's actually running the Beta FPV Matrix flight controller. It's the G4 all-in-one 5-in-1, which means you've got your ELRS, you've got your flight controller, you've got your ESC, you've got your VTX. And again, if you're not a drone person, what does all that mean? Well, let me tell you. It means it's running something called Betaflight. Betaflight is the software that we run on our bigger FPV drones that you may have seen on the channel, and that allows us to customize exactly how these things fly and get them flying as well as you've seen in some of the videos that we've put up. But here's the beauty. It already comes pre-tuned out of the box. So if you just want to bind up your controller, and we've got a video there. Also, if you want to adjust your rates, we've got a video there as well. Then you can do that and away you go. But if you want to change something, you can change something as well. My advice is if you're a newbie and you don't know what any of this means, don't change anything. So the camera is analog, and I know what some of you are thinking, analog in 2025, but there's still a massive core of people who love analog. I prefer digital, it's just the way it is, but on TinyWhoops, I absolutely love having a blast with them. And the best thing about analog is the latency, or lack of, therefore. The response is just, it's mega. You'll have so much fun, honestly. But what that means is that camera at the front there will give you a real-time feed into your goggles of exactly where you are. You are essentially, when you put those goggles on, sat in the cockpit of this drone. That's right, you become a fighter pilot. So the radio protocol that this uses is called ELRS. That means that you can use it with the Flysky ProArt PA01, the Hello Radio V14 Max, or any of the other radios that we've shown on the channel recently that have the ELRS protocol. And you can also switch it between different radios with ELRS as well. The great thing with ELRS is you'll get a signal way, way beyond the capability of the video in this thing. So you'll never, or you should never, lose connection to the drone with your controller before you lose connection with your video. The flight time for this bad boy is around about 4 to 6, maybe 7 minutes, depending on how aggressively you fly, which is pretty standard for a TinyWhoop. Batteries are really, really cheap. You can pick some up. I got sent these by Beta FPV. These will probably last even longer, so we're going to try these over the Christmas period as well. Okay, so let's get to the fun part then. How does it actually fly? And the honest answer is surprisingly well. I flew it in a few indoor situations, but unfortunately I didn't actually record. I didn't have a memory card on that particular day. So I took it out and we flew around the field, we flew around a statue. I did have an issue with my module, my receiver module on my goggles on the day I flew around the statue. So the picture does look a lot worse. I've since checked it and it's absolutely fine on a different set of goggles. So I think the module on those goggles have a problem with them. So I'll get that replaced. Indoors is where something like this is really, really going to shine though. You can fly around without breaking props every 30 seconds. You can hit walls. You can chase your kids up and down stairs. You can even fly into your wife's hair. And trust me, they really do love that. Brushless motors give you plenty of power to pull out of dives, power loops, flips, tricks, crazy loops, whatever you want. And the great thing is it's not crazily overpowered. It's fast, don't get me wrong. It's responsive, but it's not uncontrollably so. Now, as you can see in this video, we did fly it outdoors and we did no problems. However, this, you've just got to bear in mind, it's not a 5-inch drone. So you can't take it out in, 30, 40 mile an hour winds and expect to have a good time. You are going to have a little bit of pain and suffering. So just respect the conditions that you're flying in and you'll be absolutely fine. So if you are a newbie, you're going to want to know how durable this thing is. And I must have crashed it about 60 times this week alone. You've even seen me crash it onto a metal bronze statue, leave it upside down, flick it into turtle mode, have it roll off and fall onto the ground, and still continue flying. So yeah, durability wise, it really isn't a problem. So who should look at potentially buying this? Well, I would say beginners who've got a little bit of sim experience. They want to get the first drone and they want to try something that they can do all the things in the simulator in, but in a bit more of a controlled way, a bit more of a safer way, and one that's not going to break anything or the bank. Are you an experienced pilot who flies a 5-inch all the time and you want something for the days when you can't get out because of the weather or because you're just too busy and you want a quick pack around the apartment or the house? Something like this is ideal. All right, so let's break down the good and the not so good. The brushless motors are way better than brushed. We've got ELRS support. It's got a durable frame, Betaflight firmware, beginner friendly but fun. affordable, lightweight, and it's pre-tuned out of the box and ready to just bind and fly. Onto the less than stellar points, it's analog, but it is a TinyWhoop and most of them are. However, I am aware of something coming down the line from StartRC that you might all be interested in pretty soon, so stick with me. Flight times are around about 5 minutes, give or take, which might seem short if you're coming from something like a DJI Mavic, but that is pretty standard in the FPV world, but it's just a point to note anyway. Of course, it's 1S, it's ducted, it's got 2 blades on the props, so on windy days, it's not going to cope with it overly well. And I guess the only other, I guess it's negative, but it's not really negative, is there's no bind and fly option if you don't have an ELRS transmitter. So you are going to need an ELRS transmitter, like the Flysky ProArt PA01 or the Hello Radio V14 Max. It's been a very long year, or any of the others that we've shown recently. So the bottom line then, is the StartRC R8 really worth your money or not? For beginners, I would say absolutely so. It's cheap, it's cheerful, you get a charger with it, you get 2 batteries with it, it can take a beating, it flies really well. What's not to like, seriously? For experienced pilots, if you don't already have a TinyWhoop and you do want something to fly indoors on the days when you can't get out with your 5-inch, then again, absolutely, it's so much fun. The StartRC R8 is fast, durable and fun is what this hobby is all about at the end of the day. Sometimes we can take ourselves a little bit too seriously. With a TinyWhoop, you just, I'm not even joking, like myself and Boy Wonder will chase each other around the house and you just end up laughing like proper belly laughs. It's just so much fun. Right, well that's it then. If you've enjoyed this video, smash that like button, leave a comment, let me know what you want me to review next. And until next time, fly safe, crash often, and keep those propellers spinning. YouTube and I have had a chat, and we believe that this is the video that you'll like the most, so watch it and let me know if they're right.